Hey, it's Anji, and in this video I'm going to be testing out Buzzfeed's perfect chocolate chip cookie recipe. As some of you may know, I tried out their perfect chocolate cake recipe, and it just wasn't a great experience, so I was a little cautious going into this. To start off, you're going to want to brown the butter. I believe this means that you're boiling the water out of it, so you're just getting pure butter, and it also toasts it to give it a nice kind of toffee flavor. This is definitely the first step you want to take when making this recipe because, first off, browning the butter takes forever. And then secondly, you need the butter to be cool or room temperature or just soft, I think. For the recipe, you don't want it to be too hot when adding it. So you're going to want to be letting this cool while you're mixing together all your other ingredients. If you want to bake the cookies right away, you should preheat the oven to 350 at this point, but also the recipe recommends that you leave them in the fridge overnight for ideal flavor, so don't bother preheating the oven then, if you're planning on doing that. Once the butter starts getting foamy at the top, you want to keep a really close eye on it, because you want it to be what BuzzFeed describes as nutty brown, and you do not want it to be burned, because that's a very drastically different flavor, and it would not be good. Once the butter is actually browned, you want to pour it into a measuring cup immediately, and then you want to fill it back up to about 1 cup, so whatever has melted or evaporated away from the butter, you want to add in some cold water. This will help cool it down and also get up to your 1 cup that you need. Now while the butter is cooling, you want to sift together your flours, salt, and baking soda. You're using both bread flour and all-purpose flour in this recipe to give the cookie its unique texture. I would also just like to quick mention that I did add half a teaspoon less salt because I was afraid the cookies would be too salty. Just a quick side note, if you're interested in recreating these cookies, I'll leave a link down below to where you can find the exact measurements. In a separate bowl, you're going to want to combine your dark brown sugar, white sugar, and instant espresso powder, along with some vanilla. The instant espresso powder is just another one of those things to add another layer of flavor, just like that browned butter. Speaking of the brown butter, if you haven't actually gotten it to cool down yet, you should stick it into the fridge because you really do not want it to be hot or warm when mixing it in. Mine was a little bit too warm here and you can see it's really liquidy, so I ended up putting this mix into the fridge and letting it cool off before whipping it up again. Once it is actually whipped, it'll go lighter in color, and then you can add in an egg and an egg yolk and mix that until well incorporated. Next, we're going to add in the flour bit by bit. I did it in 2 different editions here. The BuzzFeed recommends you do it in 3. I'm not sure if it's that big of a deal. Always go for undermixed as opposed to overmixed, because undermixed you can mix more. Overmixed, there's no going back from that. So here you can see I don't bother to mix it all the way in, because I personally, with all my baked goods, like to finish up mixing with a spatula and folding it in, just to make sure we do not get that overmixed flour. You especially don't want to overmix at this stage either, because we're going to fold in the chocolate chips, which are chocolate chips and a cut up dark chocolate bar. So if you overmix before that, you're going to have really overmixed cookies. Here I'm just using an ice cream scoop to portion out the cookie sizes. I'm not flattening it or anything because that's how they left them in the BuzzFeed video, and also you'll see later they flatten out plenty by themselves. For an ideal flavor, the BuzzFeed people recommend that you leave them in the fridge overnight, so that's exactly what I did. Also, just a quick warning, this cookie dough is deadly. I just wanted to eat it all, and it's shocking that I was actually able to save these overnight in the fridge because I just wanted to eat the raw dough. Again, oven preheated at 350, and then you want to cook them for 12 to 14 minutes or until they're golden brown and looking soft in the middle but crispy on the outside.
Hello, I'm Caitlin. Auntie baked the quoted best chocolate chip cookies ever. And excuse me, but I'm also feeding a baby at the same time as I'm trying them. So what?
It's not yours.
Oh yeah, it's not mine. It's just that. Okay, I'm really nervous. Wait, it's actually really good. It actually might be the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had.
What would you rate it out of 10?
9.8. They're really good.
Okay. Caitlin's making me say my name. So I'm Anji. And here we're trying the cookie.
Wait, did you try it yet?
No!
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I can taste the brown butter. It's like the toffee flavor.
And? What's your rating out of 10? You made me do that.
I don't know, here's the thing. I don't eat cookies a lot. I don't really like cookies. I'm being completely honest here.
So, what's the rating?
I'm thinking, because I haven't tried a lot of good cookies.
Well, I have.
Maybe like,
It better be higher than an 8. It's really good.
I was gonna say maybe like an 8.2. Because
If you haven't tried a lot of cookies, then this should be pretty dang good.
the brown butter makes it pretty good. But I guess I'm more of a crunchy cookie kind of person.
Me too.
And this is a gooey cookie.
Well, you ate the middle bit. I like the outside bit.
So yeah, 8.2 from me. Maybe a little too salty.
Mm-mm. The salty is good. Up the salty.
I actually cut out a half teaspoon of salt in the recipe. I was afraid it'd be too salty.
That's why it's a 9.8 and not a 10.
Well,
I need
I wouldn't say this is the best cookie.
Wait, you know what you should do? Add chunky salt on top of it.
I wouldn't say this is the best ever cookie, but it's pretty good.
It's good. Yeah, pretty good.
So what did you give it?
I give it a solid 8.5.
What do you like about it?
It's very soft, and the chocolate melts in your mouth when you eat it.
What would you like to improve?
Maybe a little bit more soft, a little bit more softness, but it was good.
Okay.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I don't know.
Like a 10.
Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah, sure.
I like them.
Good.
One.
Pick your weapon.
Which one do you think looks the best?
That one's really good.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, can I heat it up some? Because I really like them when they're
Okay, sure.
warm
Here's a paper towel.
and like gooey. Excellent.
Just heat it for like 15 seconds.
Yeah. Where's sponge?
She's out with her friend. Okay, look at me. Look at me.
Ooh, they're like melting. Alright.
Okay, wait. Actually, this lightning's bad.
This is
That's
good.
better.
I really like them. They're really good. Especially when they're gooey. I like them when they're gooey.
Oh, also rate it 1 to 10 on chocolate chip cookies.
I say like an 8.
That's good.
Wismart cookies are pretty good.
Ew. Look at that chocolate music. Yum.
Yum.
With the rate from 1 to 10.
Okay, we're here with the cinnamon. Chocolate chip cookie. Okay.
There we go.
What's your reaction?
Initial thoughts. Crunchy on the outside. Not as crunchy on the inside. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not her recipe, so.
Okay, video myself. Going to eat Bunch's cookie. Wow. Oh my gosh. I would rate this like a 9. This is really good. It's like kind of crunchy on the outside, but really gushy in the inside. This is not your average chocolate chip cookie. Wow.
In conclusion, these are extraordinarily good cookies, and I would highly recommend them if you're looking to impress people with a fancy cookie recipe, but then again, they are a lot of extra work, so just keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, and again, I'll link the recipe down below, and maybe I'll make more cooking videos in the future. We'll see. Cooking and baking, you know, hobby, it's fun. Anyway, bye.